India is full of talented. They are raw material. Pick up best of the best. Congratulations to Antonio Habas. He changed drastically the mentality of Mohun Bagan players. I would say Carls deserves the credit for that. It was really important for East Bengal. ISL is the top tier of Indian football.
সংবাদ প্রতিদিন .in আপনাদের সকলকে স্বাগত। নানা বিতর্ক, আজকে ভারতীয় দল ঘোষিত হবে আগামী দুদিনের মাথায় কলকাতা ডার্বি। ঠিক সেই প্রাক্কালে আমাদের মুখোমুখি ভারতীয় দলের কোচ শ্রী Igor Stimac.
Welcome back to Kolkata. Thank you very much. I feel really good here.
So my first question to you will be, it's been a couple of years that involved with Indian football now. So it has been years. So what is the change that you have seen?
Oh, many things have changed. The reconstruction of the team started nearly 5 years ago. We introduced over 30 young players to the senior national team. Most of them, I would say 15 or 16 of them, are now still part of the regular part of the national team. We have only few senior players left, so mostly we can say that this team has the future. Always depending on how much hunger they're going to keep in their heads, in their brains. Are they going to be driven away by the contracts given by ISL clubs, or they going to stay and hold the ground and keep the hunger and challenge themselves on a daily basis, So team is changing from month to month, I would say, depending on the injury status, on illnesses, on surgeries which some players are having and facing. And that's not easy for the national team coach, because we don't have many opportunities to be together and work together. So if the team needs to change each couple of months, it's making it really difficult. But I'm very proud on our boys, what's been achieved in the last 4 years, and starting selection of new players for the team and intention to change the style of play, which was really difficult process. We succeeded finally, and last year throughout March, then May, June, July, we proved to everyone what India can achieve, how beautiful football India can play, and that with the proper preparation time given to us, we can achieve things and make our supporters happy. So I just hope that starting from the next football season, which starts end of June, things will change in the favor of the national team. At least I was promised those things. I hope it will happen for the sake, not for my sake, for the sake of Indian football, because it's really needed. In the meantime, we need to make sure, even with the short preparation time, to secure that India qualifies for the third round of the World Cup qualifiers, to make sure, first time in the history, that we are participating in the third round of the World Cup qualifiers, and making sure that we have 10 more games against big Asian teams, which will give us opportunity to prove our worth.
You're saying it has changed a lot. You think this change is enough? And with that, I'll add another question. You said a time. In cricket, because of this IPL, I think you have heard about it. So people are saying that the national team gets affected. You think for ISL, the national football team is also getting affected?
Oh, listen, each league is there to help the national team rise. So if we compare that to ISL, that we cannot blame ISL for anything. We can just say that ISL is providing to players which are chosen to represent the country the better facilities than they used to have before, better contracts, more professional organized competition, and all that. But some things are missing also. We need to point out that, and we need to work together to eliminate those things which are not there still. But anyway, any league is very helpful if it's organized well, if players are paid on time, if the coaches are, and foreign players which are representing your club, good quality players which can serve for our youngsters to learn from them. So I don't see any problem with that. And us national team coaches, we are accepting that there is a problem to find a way to satisfy everyone with the calendar. But in football still there is a possibility, because if you see that our league is going on for less than 4 months, then there shouldn't be a problem organizing calendar which will give more opportunity to the national team for success.
A pertinent questions more or less every second individual asks. We had a Baichung Bhutia coach. We had a Sunil Chetri. So what's the future? Who are we having? So, or are you identifying someone as the next hero of Indian football?
I'm sorry, I need to say no, because India has been missing in a process of following modern football for more than 2 decades. More than 2 decades. If I say 2 decades, I didn't say enough. You know, if you mention Baichung Bhutia, Ranjit Singh, Mahesh Gavli, Venkatesh, Sunil Chetri, all these guys were product of the structured football process and the competitions which were existing in India in the time when they were growing up as players. When they were senior players, they used to play 50 games per season. What we have last 10 years in last 7-8 years, which changed last couple of years, that our senior players are playing 15, 16 games per season if they are regular and starters in the team. I remember very well when we came to India, one player which attached our attention was Manvir Singh. He was at that time player of Goa Football Club and sitting on the bench, and that season he played altogether 17 minutes. So he participated in 4 games coming from the bench, altogether 17 minutes. But we could clearly see that he's got everything to become powerful, to become strength for the future of the national team. He had the speed, he had solid technique, he had quite obvious game understanding, and it was just question of choosing a right position for him to use his abilities, because you will not find these days players at the same time who have great speed and good endurance. It's really difficult, and with Manvir physics, you could see that we could get the proper future center forward, you know. But you cannot influence what's happening later on. We gave him the opportunity after playing that second game of the qualifiers against Qatar when Sunil was ill. Everybody attached Manvir Singh attached everyone's eye, you know, and he was signed then by other clubs, good contract. He became regular for the national team, and everybody started saying today he's together with Subhashish Bose the best player in form in the actual season, you know. So he's making difference playing for Mohun Bagan these days. His strength, his speed, his way of assisting other players, it's really, really precious. And he was at the end of the day scoring that very important goal for the national team against Kuwait. So it's difficult to have a final thought on what you're asking me, but let me summarize like this. India is full of talented boys, but they are raw material. Yeah. We don't have structured developmental programs in the club. Many things were done wrong in the past. I will not speak about them because no one will be happy when I speak about what's been in the past, what's been wrong, and it will not help us. We need to speak about the future steps, how to approach the problems and the situation, and what solutions we have to overcome these problems which are ahead of us.
Today we are talking on a Thursday. The next Sunday is the Great Calcutta Derby. So what's your take on that? Who is the side? And what advice to each coach, Habas and Quadrat?
No, I will obviously not advise coaches. They know their job. They are paid for it at the end of the day. So I'm not here to try to be smart and give advices to Antonio Abbas and Carlos Quadrat, but anyway, all congratulations to Antonio Abbas. He changed drastically the mentality of Mohun Bagan players. I need to tell you that I was very worried and very sick prior to the Asian Cup, looking at most of my players coming from Mohun Bagan and the form they were in. That was disaster, but at that time I couldn't change nothing because it was 8 of them, you know, what I'm going to change. Exactly. But now they look confident, and Antonio deserves all the credits for that. You know, he changed the things over the night. The body language is totally different. You can see the hunger on the pitch. You can see different attitude from the players. And all credit goes to him, you know. On the other side, Carlos Quadrat started the season pretty well, you know, winning the Super Cup. although there were not many teams with the senior starting players, involved, but winning the trophy after so many years, it was really important for East Bengal. And I would say Carls deserves the credit for that. But I was expecting much more in the actual season from East Bengal, especially because they have a really competitive squad, and something at the moment is not right. I don't know what, but Carls will know better, and he will know better because he's there how to sort the situation, So they have 3 players within the national team. Chunga is becoming regular with us. Mahesh, newborn star in Indian football, fantastic boy and the player. Also Nanda Kumar, who has been there, and he is probably at the moment their best player, with assists and the goals scored at very important points. So I just hope they will keep doing good job under Carls, and they will get more success in the league until the end.
Of course, not only ISL, there are different leagues such as the I-League. So you have any player, or are you looking for some talent there as well, or have you identified any talent there?
My assistant Mahesh Gowli is responsible to scout and follow I-League games and the players which are there. But I need to tell you that the national team coaches, they pick up the players for the national team from the best teams and from the best league. We witnessed in the near future, year back, 2 years back, when the best I-League players were signed by ISL clubs, they were nowhere to be seen next season. So what is that proving us? That we are not realistic about speaking and mentioning certain players which are participating in I-League competition and proposing to national team coach to have a look at them and take them into consideration. ISL is the top tier of Indian football. My job is to pick up best of the best, and the best Indian players are playing in ISL. I'm sorry, but for me as a national team coach, I-League and Santosh Trophy, which is a third, let's say, competition, quality competition in the country, are not places to look for the players. I'm using opportunity to attend the games, which I'm going to do tomorrow also. I will go to watch the game Interkashi against Strau, and next day I will go to attend the game Mohammedan is playing at home prior to the derby. But to speak about choosing players from these clubs for the senior national team is a little bit too much.
You going for the derby?
Yes, absolutely.
There are different media reports, there are hustles and bustles in the market, that there's been a conflict between the coach and the federation. Finally ended. Yes, no, what's your view?
My view is that many false statements, as you could witness, were coming out at the points when national team is not getting expected results. Only then. So what is that telling you? Manufactured stories, yes, lies, false statements, but we do have our differences in a football house. And that's normal, because we are all different. But whatever we do for the sake of the football future of India. I'm paid to say my opinion. I'm paid to advise. I'm paid to provide solutions for the problems which are there, and I'm paid to speak about the problems. I always do that internally, amongst us in the house. If it's not possible, if I have press conference or any interview, if I'm asked about certain problems, I'm there to answer them and to provide solutions. So I don't think anyone should get angry about it. Anyone should get angry because I'm never pointing fingers at anyone, never blaming anyone. I'm just saying things which could be worth for the future of Indian football. So if I offended anyone in the past, I say sorry. My deepest apologies. It was never my intention, but for the sake of the Indian football team, let's push together for a while, for a change. Let's get together to give us opportunity to stand the chance doing well if we qualify for the third round of the World Cup qualifiers.
Thank you, coach. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. ক্যামেরায় শুভ্ররূপ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের সঙ্গে শুভজিৎ মুখার্জি, সংবাদ প্রতিদিন.in